Hey guys, it's Anne. So I have a quick book review slash discussion slash reaction for you guys today. And that is to The Colonel by, I'm totally going to butcher this, by Mahmoud Dowlatabadi, who is an Iranian author. I read this for the International Reads Book Club, and this was the February pick. And actually, I haven't really been following up on this as much as I usually do with that book club, but I'm definitely going to now. So this book is about a father. I guess that's how I perceive this character the most in my mind, who's called the Colonel. In Iran, who has lost in some way, shape, or form all of his 5 children, I think it is, as well as his wife, through, all kinds of, for many different reasons, but the primary one being the various political upheavals that are happening. This book takes place, it says, towards the end of the Iraq-Iran war. So that would be like 1987 or 1988. It's kind of unclear. And the narration style is also very unclear. There's a lot of, going back to like flashbacks into history. The narration changes perspectives quite a bit from primarily between 2 different characters. So it would be the Colonel, and then also between the other perspective that you hear a lot of is his son, whose name is Amir, who kind of like goes crazy, I guess. And, the biggest theme in this book is just loss and death because of this political upheaval. So basically, all of the Colonel's children go in different directions after the Shah is, removed by whatever force, to different political factions, and it kind of goes into some of the politics behind all of that, but not so much in the novel itself, but in the notes. I just after I finished reading this book, I just felt completely hollowed out. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. I just, I don't know that much about Iran. And so to read everything about it in this book was very eye-opening and just, devastating also. I don't know. It was really difficult for me to get into this book, but once I was in it, it flew by and was very good. I appreciate this edition. I don't know if there are other editions. This is put out by Melville House. In the beginning, it has a translator's note, and then in the end, it has an afterword, which I would actually, if you're going to read this book, I would actually suggest, and you don't know very much about Iran, I would suggest reading the afterword before you start the book, because it really helped me a lot, giving, cultural context as well as political and historical context to the story. And then there are references throughout the text, which are also very helpful. They talk about, small things about, a particular brand of cigarette that would be known to someone who's from Iran, as the mark of a certain class of person, but I would obviously never know anything about that. So, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you about this book, except that it was very good and has given me a lot to think about. The imagery, I didn't particularly like the writing style. I can kind of give you a hint. I'm going to read you the back blurb on the book. It says, "A pitch black rainy night in a small Iranian town. Inside his house, the Colonel stares at the portrait of the famous military hero, the Colonel, in caps, long executed. He thinks of his own children, one of whom died supporting the Shah, another of whom fought for the Ayatollah, another of whom, his 14-year-old daughter, has been captured handing out leaflets against the regime. The colonel has fought against the British. He fought for the Shah. He fought for the Ayatollah. He's dedicated his life to his country. The house is quiet. Could they really be coming for him? So, I mean, maybe you didn't get it from my reading, but there's a lot of ellipsis in here, and it just sounds like kind of cheesy. And it's very abrupt, and the writing style within the book was also very abrupt, but just like the images and the like gore and the violence that are in this book are, I don't know, just very, they just like left a mark on me. So, it's a very good book. If you want to know more about Iran, then I would suggest reading it. This book is actually banned in Iran, and it was published in 2013 in German, I think from like a Swiss publisher for the first time, and now it's kind of, made its way into English. So, I don't know. It's a good book. It is not an easy book. It is not a light book, but it will teach you something and it will make you think. So check it out. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I hope that you are reading something good, and I wish you happy reading. Bye. Oh no, where's the thing? Where's my mouse? Oh.